So then, given that we're in the middle of experiencing some pretty glorious weather at the minute, and we have an excuse to go on some of the UK's incredible water rides, which we have a pretty decent selection of, I thought there isn't a better time to list my top 5 UK water rides. In at number 5, we have Congo River Rapids at Alton Towers. Now this is a ride which, I'll be honest, holds a very sentimental place in my heart just because mainly one memory from when I was really young. I just remember going on Congo River Rapids and absolutely loving it. And it does hold a special place in my heart, which probably did mean that it bumped up this list a little bit. But hey, it's a ranking of my top 5 and I guess an opinion on a theme park ride is a very personal thing really, isn't it? But yes, in at number 5 we have Congo River Rapids just because it's a great family ride, it's a decent length, it had when the waterfalls are working, which sadly isn't the most reliable thing at the minute, but when they are working it's an incredible thing to see and I think it's a great addition to the UK water ride lineup. In at number 4 we have a water ride which I'm pretty sure gets as close as you can get to just being dunked in water because this ride is insane. And of course I'm talking about Tidal Wave at Thorpe Park. Now this is a ride which, I'll be honest, I absolutely love. Although going on it usually does bring a very abrupt stop to the end of your day if it's not boiling hot because this ride soaks you. It's a very good fun ride, decent theming, although the flame effect still isn't working, but we won't go there. It's a great fun ride, it absolutely soaks you and it's one of those pinnacle water rides that people think of when you say UK water rides really, isn't it? In at number 3, we have a ride which I hadn't actually been on till very recently, and that is Tiger Rock at Chessington. Now, I'd been on this ride when it was Dragon Falls, but hadn't been on it since it had turned to Tiger Rock, and I really like this ride. They've done a really nice job having obviously the tiger enclosure around the log flume, and the last big drop on the log flume going through the big tiger head structure. It's really cool, and it's a very good fun ride. They haven't taken away from any element of it at all, and I think it's a really good, well-rounded attraction. It's not too intense, although that last drop, I'll be honest, when it was Dragon Falls, I have very vivid memories of going round the top on Dragon Falls with my dad telling me, oh no, it's fine, and me clinging onto the handrails for dear life. But it's an absolutely great ride and one which I really think is a great addition to the UK and is a really good ride to go on a hot day. In at number 2, we have a ride which I sadly haven't been on, but from people I've spoken to and friends I've spoken to, it is an incredible ride and one which I am going on in a matter of weeks at this point, but it is Stormforce 10 at Drayton Manor. Now, this ride is the perfect example of what a water ride should be. It's decent in length, it changes motion in that you have forward sections, you have backward sections, you have turntables, and it looks like a really well-rounded attraction, with obviously the final drop going into the lake at Drayton Manor, and it looks like an incredible ride and is one which I am so excited to go on, but I had to give it this spot because from people I've spoken to, I've heard it's incredible, and I'm very excited to go on it. Now in at number 1, again, this seems a bit odd because I haven't been on it yet, but this again is an attraction which from people I've spoken to and friends that I trust and had their opinion on, have said that it is incredible, and from what I've seen, this ride looks amazing and do believe that from everything I've seen, this ride definitely is the standout water ride in the UK, and that is obviously Valhalla at Blackpool Pleasure Beach, undergoing its refurbishment, which although suffered many delays and left people very much on edge waiting for this ride to open, it looks like the delays in this ride opening were for a very good reason because they were putting everything they could into this ride. And from things I've heard from friends who have been on this, they've said there's fire effects, there's the cold room still working, they said it still gets you absolutely soaked, which is brilliant, and they said it's almost a new attraction really. They have really stepped up the game on this water ride, and it is one which I really am excited to go on because water rides are one thing, but a themed experience like Valhalla is just incredible, and I think it really should be celebrated in the UK because given that it's usually quite cold, wet and windy in the UK, having this much of a selection of water rides is quite a brag really, isn't it, given that we don't have much time to go on them. But yeah, we have a really good selection of water rides and I really think that should be celebrated. So then, thank you for watching. As I've said, this is just my top 5 list of water rides in the UK. I can guarantee that there'll be rides that people think should be on this list that haven't made it, not because I don't think they're great, just because I've really struggled to put it down to 5 singular rides. Please do put rides that you think should be included on this list in the comments. I'll probably go through those comments when making the second part where I do top 10 water rides in the UK, because there are so many which I haven't mentioned because we've got such a good selection of them. So yeah, please do put incredible water rides that you can think of in the UK in the comments. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.